Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to this video, guys. I hope all of you guys are well and enjoying yourselves. This is another poem with the poet Umar Bin Abi Rabiya. I hope you guys are enjoying this guy. I really like this guy. Very kind of interesting in the way he presents expressions, or he expresses himself, and he kind of gives you a glimpse into at the moment it's kind of talking about love and all that, but that's a very important topic as well, because expressions and these kind of things are very important in trying to understand how society works and how culture works as well. So, if you guys don't know my name is Liaquat Zaman, and let's get on with it. So, أرقت ولم أملك لهذا الهوى ردا وأورثني حبي وكتمانه جهدا كتمت الهوى حتى براني وشفني وعزيت قلبا لا صبورا ولا جلدا إذا قلت لا تهلك أسا وصبابة عصاني وإن عاتبته زدته جدا وإني لأهواها وأصرف جاهدا حذار عيون الناس عن بيتها عمدا رأيتك يوما فاقتبست حرارة فيا ليتها كانت على كبدي بردا هويتك واستحلتك نفسي فأقبلي ولا تجعلي تقريبنا منكم بعدا. Alright, so أرقت is from أرق يأرق. It means to stay awake at night. So sometimes when you're stressed about something and something's on your mind, like an exam or car accident or illness or anything else, or even love, that keeps you awake, right? Because that's kind of the most important thing that's on your mind, or the most pressing thing that's on your mind. So sleeplessness, أرق يأرق. أملك, ملك يملك, it means to possess something, right? So the Arabs use this in many ways. So one is to own something, physically own something. One is to have the power to do something, the strength. So like, for example, in the Quran, this comes Maliki Yawmiddin, he's the possessor of the Day of Judgment, can also have the meaning of having the strength on that day. Power, might as well, because you possess it. And also, لا يملك من الله شيئا. These people do not have any power against Allah. So the word malaka yamliku it does mean possess, but it's kind of meaning, having the ability, the strength to be able to do something. لهذا الهوى ردا. So يملك. ردا, right? So that's رد يرد. It means to repel something, to push something away. So أرقت ولم أملك لهذا الهوى ردا. أرقت, I stayed awake. I was sleepless all night. ولم أملك, whilst I did not have the power, the strength, the might to repel it due to my love, or due to the love. وأورثني حبي وكتمانه جهدا. أورث يورث إيراث. It means to actually, literally means to inherit something to someone, but it also means to kind of give something to someone as well, right? So أورثته أورثهم أرضهم وديارهم. He gave it to them, like Allah says. He passed it down to them, to the Muslims, to the Sahaba. He gave the lands of the people around Medina. He gave it to them. أورثهم أرضهم يورث. And أورثنا الكتاب الذين اصطفينا من عبادنا. Then we gave the book to those people. So giving has the meaning waratha. It's being passed down in a certain way. Hubbi is love. We came across this before. Kitman, katama yaktumu, it means to conceal something that's trying to get out. You're like, like pushing it down. So something's trying to get out and you're pushing it down. You're kind of restraining it. You're concealing it. Katama yaktumu, to conceal in that sense. Jahd is not juhd. Juhd with the dhamma, it means hard work. Jahd means hardship, difficulty. Yeah, jahd. So something that kind of stresses you out, hardship, difficulty, burden. So أورثني حبي وكتمانه. So my love and the concealing of my love has given me, created inside of me jahd and hardship, difficulty, burden. So he's kind of like indicating towards why he's awake all night. What's the reason for why is a guy awake all night? Yeah. كتمت الهوى حتى براني وشفني. So katamtu, like we mentioned, is like kind of concealing something that is kind of becoming apparent. Al-hawa is love. Bara yabri, right? It means to make someone skinny, right? Or weak as well. It can mean for becoming weak. Bara. And bara yabri can also come from, you know, when you have pencil shavings, when you shave a pencil, bara. So you kind of like shave the pencil, you kind of make it kind of sharp. So you remove the, you know, the flakes of wood. And also, in fact, in the Torah, in Hebrew language, this is a word for your benefit. Barisht bara Elohim. Bara in the Hebrew language means to create as well. Al-Bari, the word Allah, one of Allah's names, Al-Bari, right? It's from there as well. To kind of shape things, to sculpt things, to create things. So barani is like when you become so skinny that you can kind of see the kind of shapes in your body, the bones and all that. So barani. Wa shaffani. Shaffa yashifu. It's something that becomes transparent, translucent. So it's referring to becoming, you know, thin, skinny, right? That everything starts to become visible. So katamtu al-hawa hatta barani wa shaffani. I concealed the hawa. I tried my best so much to not show people that I am emphatic, or I am, you know, in love, passionately in love with her. That this inside of me was eating away at me. It was kind of deteriorating my health. I became skinny. I lost weight and all of that. And this is what it was doing to me, is having health, you know, consequences. وَعَزَّيْتُ قَلْبًا. عَزَّ يُعَزِّي, it means to grieve something, right? Or to comfort someone who's grieving, rather. So someone who's grieving, someone's lost a loved one, and you go up to them and you hug them, and then you tell them it's okay, and then, you know, you're there for them. This is called ta'ziyah. And we do this when we're visiting someone whose relatives have passed away or friends passed away. We kind of do something called a ta'ziyah. So the word ta'ziyah itself is this aza, yeah, and it's mentioned in a narration as well that whoever does ta'ziyah of a woman who lost a child, Allah will cloak them on the Day of Judgment. Qalban, right? Qalban, heart. La saburan wala jaldan. So sabur and jald. So this la saburan wala jaldan can actually be the sifa describing the qalb. So it's saying like la sabur would mean very, very patient. Sabur means someone, male or female, can be very, very extremely patient, like the highest level of patience. You call them a sabur. Sabir is someone who's patient, and sabur is someone who is very, very, very patient. Wala jaldan. Jald is like strong, mighty, powerful, right? Tough. Jild, skin, like thick skin, strong. Jald. This guy's jald. So he's saying azaytu qalban, right? So he's either saying the heart, azaytu qalban la sabur wala jaldan. Azaytu, such a heart that has no patience, wala jald, and it doesn't have the strength. Or he's talking about himself. I am telling the heart, and I don't have patience and I don't have strength. إذا قلت لا تهلك أسن. When I say لا تهلك, don't die, don't perish, don't. Like halaka yahliku in Arabic is also used for death as well. Yeah. So when they say like halaka Zaid, they can mean mata Zaid. So it's used synonymously with death as well. Yeah. So asan is from the word asa ya'su. His word came before as well, referring to sorrow, sadness, stress, worry, concern. And sababatan is love. Okay, extreme love. So la tahlak asan, do not die, do not perish, don't kill yourself out of sadness and love. Don't die because of this. Like you're killing yourself. Asa ya'si, it means to disobey. Asani, he disobeyed me. Wa in atabtu ataba yu'atibu mu'atabatan is to tell someone off. Yeah, atab. Right, so to tell someone off, to kind of correct them, to reprimand them, you say atabahu. Zidtu zada yazidu ziyadatan, to increase. Jiddan, it means seriousness. Right, so jid and the opposite of is hazal. Right, so in qultu la tahlik asan wa sababatan, when I say to my heart, or say to myself, don't destroy yourself out of, you know, sorrow for her, missing her, sadness, heartbreak, wa sababatan, and extreme love. Asani, he disobeys me. And if I tell him off, it makes him more serious about it. وَإِنِّي لَأَهْوَاهَا, indeed I love her. Oh. وَأَصْرِفُ جَاهِدًا. Okay, أَصْرِفُ, صَرَفَ يَصْرِفُ means to shift something away, to turn something away. You say صَرَفَهُ. اللهم اصرف قلوبنا إلى طاعتك. Yeah, or صرف قلوبنا. صرف عنهم كيدهن. So he turned them away from their plots and plan. Jahid, and this is different from jahad. So jahid means to strive, from juhud. Hidar means like fear, right? So fear, being kind of like that kind of fear where you're scared of something that bad happening to that person. Yeah. So, okay, cautiousness. Uyun, eyes, nas, people. Bait, that means house. Amdan, deliberately. Yeah, so deliberately. So he's saying, وَإِنِّي لَأَهْوَاهَا, indeed I love her so much. وَأَسْرِفُ جَاهِدًا, and I go to her house and I look over there and I turn away. I turn myself away from them. حِذَارَ عُيُونِ النَّاسِ. So, out of fear of people's eyes and baytiha, from her house. So I'm scared that people are going to look at her house. Amdan, I've done this deliberately. So رَأَيْتُكِ يَوْمًا فَاقْتَبَسْتِ. Iqtabasa is to take, and literally means qabsa. It means like when you take fire from a fire, when you sometimes when you have a piece of wood and is a fire and you just want to take some flames from the fire. Right, so that's called iqtibas. Iqtabasa, you take a little bit. And hararatan means heat. Right, so iqtabastu hararatan faya laytaha. Ya laytaha, if only. Ya laytaha, the Arabs use it for like something when you say, if only. Ya laytal al-yawm nazal al-matar. Ya laytani istayqadtu lil-fajr. If only I woke up fajr. If only the rain fell. كانت على كبدي بردا. Kabid is liver, bard is coolness. If only it was, if only that looking at her was a coolness for my liver. It cooled my liver, like it satiated me. So coolness. Hawaytuki. Hawaytu is to love. Wastahlatki. Istahla yastahli. It means to find something sweet. Hulwun. So halwa, basically, what, we all love. Halwa means something sweet. So istahla, yastahli, istihla, means to find sweet. Istahlatki nafsi. My nafs found you sweet. So wastahlatki nafsi. My nafs found you so sweet. فأقبلي. أقبلي, approach. Come here please. ولا تجعلي تقريبنا. Taqreeb means something that brings you close. Do not make that thing that's trying to bring us close. Minkum bu'da, far away, in distances. Right, so let's look at some explanation of this. So basically, what is he saying? He's saying basically that, look, he can't go to sleep at night. He's a fanatic. He's so in love with her that he is unable to sleep at night all the way till morning. He's awake. Her love is just taking over him. He doesn't have the power to even push his thoughts away. Yeah. أرقت. He's saying, أرقت. I stayed awake all night. لم أملك لهذا الهوى ردا. I have no strength to push this hawa away. It's like he's personifying the love. It's like he's giving the love this kind of image of being like a powerful beast that has overpowered him, and he doesn't have the power to push it away. He obviously enjoys, taking pleasure out of thinking about her. So he's saying, look, I don't have power I can't stop it. Yeah, it's out of my control. So he goes, all of this, what's basically done, it's kind of created inside of me, developed inside of me, hardship and difficulty. I've tried to hide this love and I've tried to ignore it. And I've tried to conceal it from everyone. But eventually what it's been doing is burdening me, is causing me so much stress and so much difficulty that I'm losing sleep. And losing sleep and love in Arabic poetry, seem to be two common things, right? So we see this, in the Quran, we don't find this idea of losing sleep mentioned. We find the idea of, getting up and praying and worshipping Allah, but losing sleep over, we don't find this being mentioned in the Quran, because this kind of things, having, passionate love about someone and then losing sleep over that's not something which the Quran discusses. Okay, so then he says, okay, كتمت الهوى حتى براني وشفني. So he's saying that I concealed the love from everyone. Right, I concealed it. No one knew that I was in love. So much so, I wanted to tell people. So when a person's in love, they want to tell other people, their friends, family, so and so. They want to express their love in different ways. Maybe with words, maybe with gifts, maybe, I don't know, emojis even. So they want to express their love because I suppressed this love so much. Hatta barani wa shafani, until it made my body so skinny, and it made me so weak and so, malnutritioned, and I was basically gonna die. Basically, I was putting myself on the edge of death. Wa azzaytu qalban. So he's saying basically, I tried to have a conversation with my heart. Azzaytu, my heart is going through difficulty. It loves you so much. Right? He's trying to make himself a third person now. He's describing himself as the heart, and he's having this discussion with his heart. And this is something that Arabs do quite a lot. Like we've noticed it, frequently, where the third person, you make yourself into a third person. It gives a nice imagery as well. So he's trying to describe his heart as being heartbroken. Yeah, it's lost someone. And azzaytu qalban. So I kind of went and I consoled the heart, and I was telling the heart, don't worry about it. Oh, it's okay. She's gonna forget about her. And he's saying, no, I can't sleep all night, and I'm stressed, and I think about her all day and all night. And la saburun wa la jaldan. It has no sabr at all, and la jal is not strong. So weak, heart is so weak, or I am so weak. It could be either, right? So I'm trying to tell my heart that please, have patience, man. And the heart is sad, and he misses her. Yeah, and he's saying to his heart. So he's trying to show people, trying to show the reader how much he's trying his best to try and overcome the love, that he's fallen into. He says, إِذَا قُلْتُ لَا تَهْلِكْ أَسًا وَصَبَابَةً. When I say to my heart, right, لَا تَهْلِكْ أَسًا وَصَبَابَةً. Don't destroy yourself, please don't kill yourself. Yeah, don't kill yourself, asan, out of sorrow, out of sadness, and out of love. So this can happen. A person is so infatuated with someone, so much in love, that the person, and we hear this in Romeo and Juliet, well, they die in different ways, but asan wa sababata. And this is a common thing that you find in love poetry as well in Arabic. So love poetry has this a lot, asan, and we see this even in poems regarding love for the Prophet ﷺ as well. Yeah. Okay. Let's just skip my mind now. It'll come to me, inshallah. So لا تهلك أسا وصبابة. Okay. So he says, and they mention this here about Yusuf alayhi salam, when Yusuf alayhi salam father misses the son, and they're telling, the sons are kind of telling their father that you're going to kill yourself, you're going to destroy yourself, with this sadness. Yeah. So they're saying to him, because this is something that happens. So he's saying, then he says, whenever I tell my heart not to do this, asani, it disobeys me. It doesn't even listen to me. It's got a mind of its own. وَإِنْ أَعْتَبْتُهُ زِدْتُهُ جِدًّا. And whenever I tell it off, so whenever I tell it don't do it, whenever I tell it off for something that it's done, زِدْتُهُ جِدًّا, it becomes more serious about doing it. Yeah, so you can't win. وَإِنِّي لَأَهْوَاهَا وَأَصْرِفُ جَاهِدًا. Oh, indeed I love her. So إِنِّي لَأَهْوَاهَا, indeed I love her a lot. وَأَصْرِفُ جَاهِدًا, and I deliberately I force myself, jahidan, struggle a lot, strive and struggle to shift myself away, حِذَارَ عُيُونِ النَّاسِ, out of fear that people are gonna see, right? People are gonna see. In other words, I always try to go past her house maybe, and I look at her house, but I deliberately move myself away from her house. Right? Why? Because حِذَارَ عُيُونِ النَّاسِ, just so that people don't look. So أصرف جاهدا عن بيتها. So I shift away myself, I move myself away from her house deliberately. I force myself deliberately, I move. It's not like I have to pass by, so I've got to go past the house anyway. It's actually deliberately move myself away. So maybe behind a tree or something, he's kind of like stalking her. Yeah, some crazy guy, crazy lover. So he's saying, I do this, and not because of anything, but because I don't want people to see. In other words, I don't want people to see that I'm in love with her. Okay, so he says, وَإِنِّي لَأَهْوَاهَا وَأَصْرِفُ جَاهِدًا حِذَارَ عُيُونِ النَّاسِ عَنْ بَيْتِهَا عَمْدًا. Out of fear of people seeing. عَنْ بَيْتِهَا, I shift it away from her house, عَمْدًا, deliberately. وَإِنِّي رَأَيْتُكِ يَوْمًا. He says, one day, I saw you. So now he's shifted the statement now to her. Now he's like maybe writing a letter to her, or maybe speaking, I don't know, to his imaginary lover. رَأَيْتُكِ, oh lover, I saw you one day. فَاقْتَبَسْتُ حَرَارَةً. That just heated up my heart. Yeah, I took this kind of flame of harara, of heat, and it kind of just gave my whole body this heat feeling sensation. فَيَا لَيْتَهَا كَانَتْ عَلَى كَبِدِي بَرْدًا. He goes, that heated me up so much. I wish now that look, that kind of, that gaze, it cooled my liver down. So cooling of the liver is an expression of the Arabs. Yeah, so when they say my kabid is heated up, meaning that I love you a lot. Yeah, I have a lot of love for you. And then cooling that down is something that they kind of say when they want to calm the emotions down. Yeah. So, kanat ala kabidi bardan. I wish it was a coolness on my kabid, my liver. Right? So the Arabs, they seem to have this emotion attached to the kabid. The Quran doesn't have this, by the way. The Quran doesn't mention love being in the liver. Quran mentions about the heart, emotions. But the Arabs, they somehow use the liver. Liver tastes nice, so I don't know. It depends how you make it, I guess. Hawaytuki. So he says, Hawaytuki, I loved you. Wastahlatki nafsi. And my nafs found you so sweet. Every time I think of you, it's like eating desserts in a dessert parlor. Yeah, so eating some nice waffles or some ice cream or something. Every time I look at you, it's kind of like dessert for me. It's so sweet, I find you. فأقبلي, then approach, come. ولا تجعلي تقريبا منكم بعدا. Don't make تقريبنا, our coming together, don't make it distancing. In other words, don't do the opposite of what we're trying to do. I want to get close to you, don't make this distancing. So he's using opposites there, what we call tibaq in balagha. Right, so there's lots of balagha points that I can point out in this poem, but I don't think that balagha is suited for the poems. It's for the Quran, and I've got other videos on balagha for the Quran. You can check that out. I've done Surah Naba and others. Anyway, so that's basically what he's saying. Yes, very nice and sweet poem. Let me say again. أرقت ولم أملك لهذا الحوى ردا. I stayed awake all night whilst I was incapable of repelling the love. وأورثني حبي وكتمانه جهدا. And love for you, or the love, and concealing that love has created inside of me lots of hardship, burden, difficulty. كتمت الحوى, I concealed the love, suppressed the love. So much so, حتى براني وشفني, made me skinny, lose weight, underweight. وعزيت قلبا, and I tried to console a heart that had no patience and it had no strength. إذا قلت لا تهلك, and I said to my heart, don't destroy yourself out of sorrow and out of love. Asani, it disobeyed me. وإن عاتبته زدته جدا, and when I tell it off, it just makes it more serious in what it wants. It wants you. وإني لأهواها وأصرف جاهدا. Indeed, he's trying to say to the people, indeed, listen, you guys think I'm joking. Yeah, indeed I love her. وأصرف جاهدا, I turn myself away, struggling, حذار عيون الناس, out of fear of what people are going to see. And بيتها, I shift myself away from her house deliberately. رأيتك يوما, one day, let me tell you, I saw you one day. And that one look, it created such a warmth inside my body. If only that warmth was coolness on my liver. هويتك, I was in love with you. واستحلتك نفسي, and my nafs, my soul, it found you so sweet. فأقبلي, please approach. ولا تجعلي تقريبنا منكم بعدا, and don't make us trying to come close to you a means of you distancing yourself from us. So it's a very nice way he kind of presents things, love, and he shows this kind of romantic side. And he's kind of in this poem, notice he doesn't mention anything from the woman's side. He doesn't mention any of her actions or any of her statements. And we want to know, obviously, that how would he have described her reaction to this. maybe in some other poems where he does mention this. So this is the only poem for today. There's no part 2 of this poem. This is all of it. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any sort of questions, please let me know. Comments below. Patrons, thank you very much for all your support, all your help. If you guys want to become patrons and you want to help me in this channel, by all means, please check out the description below. And thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. And again, thank you to all my patrons as well for all your support. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah reward you immensely. If you guys want to become a patron, then links in the description below. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.